Okay, hi again. So in this clip, we will get to know how to solve the sentence completion. This is the third clip of the GAT introduction course. Let's get to know how to solve the sentence completion. Without further ado, like we have simply two blank spaces. Okay, what we need to do is very simple. We need to fill this sentence, sorry, this blank, this space, and this one with the correct answer, of course. Now we have four choices. How can I solve this quickly? Our job is to know where the correct answer that contains two words. So we have here child and movement, wiser and mission, abroad and past, younger and studies. If you solve it like this, it's wrong. You have to read first. You can read it fast just in order to know the main idea. So you can say, when I was something, I always thought my classes were very difficult and feared that when I got older, my something would be impossible. So you are basically given two lines. Sometimes you take three, and you have to answer one of them. Sorry, we have to find the correct answer in these spaces. So what I always tell my student and what I always do in trying to solve this question is simply the first thing that you need to do is try to the first blank space first. So you have to try the first word first in each of the choices. If the first word doesn't fit in the blank, that means the whole choice is wrong. Okay, so if I say when I was a child, yeah, a child is correct. When I was abroad, abroad is correct. When I was wiser, like when I was wiser. So that means you were wise yesterday and today you're stupid. So the word wiser here doesn't work at all, because once a wise is always a wise. So when I was wiser doesn't work at all here. So we simply omit C. We don't choose C. Why? Because it's wrong. Because the word wiser doesn't work here. So the word wiser here, when I was wiser. So yesterday you're wise, today you're dumb. It doesn't work. So the whole choice is wrong. Okay. Now let's move on when choice D, when I was younger. Now I'm left with three choices. So when I was a child, I always thought, now I'm looking at A, okay? So when I was a child is correct. I always thought my classes were difficult and feared that when I got older, my movement would be impossible. Well, first of all, we're talking about classes. The word movement has absolutely nothing to do with the context in here. Okay. So, plus, how can your movement become impossible when you grow old? Unless you are paralyzed, God Allah forbids. Yani, so the word movement here doesn't make any sense at all. Though the first blank space is correct with the word child, but it like the word movement doesn't belong to the context of the whole paragraph. So it doesn't work at all. So now I'm left with two choices. So let's go to B. When I was abroad, I always thought my classes were difficult and feared that when I got older, my past would be impossible. My past would be impossible. Of course, doesn't make any sense at all. And then we are left with the correct answer, which is D. Now, you know what I did? The first thing that I did is that I did something that is called skimming. Like I skimmed the whole paragraph just to find the main idea. And then according to this, I've tried the first blank space first, and then I move on to the second one with the choices. This is the fastest way you can solve this. So, because sometimes you'll find the mistake here in option A, you'll find that A doesn't work at all in here, so you'll omit this. You'll find B, you'll omit this. Now, your brain is ready and prepared to focus only in two main choices. So here, the correct answer, of course, when I was younger, I always thought my classes were difficult and feared that when I got older, my studies would be impossible. So the most accurate and most reasonable answer here is younger and study. So yeah, you try the first blank space first, and then you go and move on to the second one. So you take the first blank space with the rest of the choices, with all the choices. So you focus on here with this one and this one and this one and this one. If one of them don't like make any sense in here, one of them doesn't make any sense, that means the whole choice is wrong. If one makes sense, you move on to the second choice you'll, of course, you see first, for example, the word path and word study, one of them don't work here, so we are left with choice D. As simple as that. And we will get to do the same strategy every time we solve the sentence completion in common clips. I know it sounds like a little bit easy, but sometimes, somehow, you are faced with difficult words. This strategy will help you really, really well if you just do some examples or questions with difficult words. You just simply try to omit the word that doesn't belong or doesn't fit in the context, and then you get like to choose the rest. So this is a very short clip. I'll be seeing you in the coming one when we solve the reading comprehension. See ya.